Guess we own this house.
Da 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 da.
Back at it again, friends. Can't stop, won't stop. Guess what? Not shockingly at all, we have flipped another house. What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel and another episode of On the Flip. The house that we're sitting in right now, I'm not gonna lie, is probably the project I feel like the most emotionally attached to out of anything we've ever done. But the crazy part is that 5 or 6 months ago, when my husband walked me in here, I did not want to have anything to do with this place.
There's more to that story. We'll get to it. But honestly, I'm curious. Are you glad we did it?
Oh, I'm so obsessed with this house. You guys, this house speaks to me. It brings me joy. I'm sweating just thinking about it, but like in a good way. And we decided to call this house the Shutter House because...
Why?
There's like no other reason other than we added shutters. But before we jump into all of the details surrounding this project, if you're into home decor, home renovation, home flipping, please do what's good and subscribe because we have so many fun videos coming at you.
So we'll go back how we got to this point in time. So about 6 months ago, we just finished a grueling, long remodel in California, and it was around our anniversary. So we're like, let's just do what's right and take a little break now.
And so I did a ton of research. I was like, we're gonna take an epic road trip across the Southwest and stop in Utah and Sedona, and maybe we'll even go to Seattle. Had the car packed. And our first stop on this epic 2-week road trip was right here in Phoenix, Arizona. And can you guess what happened when we got here? My husband was like, when he starts getting high pitched like that, you know something weird's going on. He's like, found this house, it's a really great project, it's a really great neighborhood, I really think we should do it. Long story short, 2-week road trip of my dreams became like, I would say 1 day, but it was more like 17 hours.
I still feel kind of guilty. I kind of owe you that,
Yes.
but we'll get to it. We'll do that. After this one, we'll get to it.
Yes, absolutely. I guess we own this house.
Another day in the desert, and yet another day, my husband is bringing me to a house that apparently we kind of now own.
That you and me bought sight unseen.
Shocker, 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 but I do have to say that upon pulling up to this house, without a doubt, this is already the nicest house we've ever been involved in.
In Arizona.
In Arizona. But is this also the most expensive project we've ever been involved in? Yeah, makes sense. I'm already into it because there's a eucalyptus tree right up here. And if I could tell you the amount of money I have spent on buying fake branches of this tree to decorate our home, you would not be happy. Let's go inside.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, wow, already I'm loving it. I'm loving the door. I'm loving the numbers. A nice bright orange door.
All right, I want your vision. Honestly, tell me what you imagine in here. The flow and layout.
Here we go. Oh, wow. This is not disgusting.
It's kind of the best, worst, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's kind of the best of the worst houses we've gotten, right?
And this is a really nice neighborhood. This is Central Grand Station of Phoenix of the Central, right? What's this called?
We're in North Central Corridor in Phoenix.
Okay.
All right, so where should we start?
All right, so you walk in the front door, and where's the bathroom? I have to pee.
Yes, this is...
Can I pee? So you walk in the front door and immediately you are inside of like a great room, which
One of my favorite things is the high ceilings. I mean, because you can't just get that like without doing a whole bunch of remodeling.
And also what I like about this house is that it's already open concept.
Yeah.
The kitchen definitely needs some work. What's this weird room over here? We're in the kitchen and there's a door here, and this is the old carport or like the old garage.
This is where it used to be parking. 1 car parking here. They turned it into random storage room, plus laundries right over here.
And then you walk through the great room, and this is the bedroom. Okay.
One thing I also really like about this house.
Oh, yes, get it.
There's a lot of natural light. There's not a single light on in this house. Doesn't it feel light?
Yeah, this is way more light than our house. Oh, this backyard is great.
Yeah, not bad, right?
No, it's awesome. Whoa.
The same high ceilings in here with the skylight.
Okay, well, look at the high ceilings and a skylight.
I'm a fan.
Sometimes skylights can pose issues when it comes to roof
I
leaks.
can already see there's probably some water damage up there.
And this shower is gigantic. This is a huge bathroom. Also, love that there's enough closet space, a whole entire wall of closet. Arizona is freaking hot. Oh, there's my butt. It's so weird to see my butt because I never see what you see.
Can you see who's touching it? All right, so you want to go see the other rooms. It's a 4-bedroom, which is nice, instead of a 3. In each of the rooms, there's nice natural light. Like, that's one thing I love
this
about
bathroom is huge.
Like, look how big this thing is and the natural light right
This is a huge bathroom. This is a great room with awesome views of the backyard, which is in really great shape.
Not bad.
This house is awesome, and
Do I
it's
get a
very
star of
big.
approval for my wife?
Yeah, great job.
Thanks. What are your recs, babe?
Okay, so here
What's your
are my
vision?
recommendations for this house. New interior and exterior paint. A little bit of new landscaping on the front, just for a little charm. New flooring all throughout, something very cohesive. And then I wanna go in and open up the kitchen and make it a little more free-flowing, make a more dedicated space for a larger dining table, because I think a family will absolutely live here. And then also convert this strange little room over here into something really cool and functional.
Okay.
Seeing a new house always makes me feel like it's time for a dance break.
So I can't lie, you guys. After seeing this house on day one, it was kind of like love at first sight, if I'm being real. I'm such a sucker for high beam ceilings. And when I saw the open living space here, I just felt like there was so much potential. I love this neighborhood. The community is really a place that I feel like I could see us living.
For
and
sure.
I think that's why I love this neighborhood so much.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, we came over here, I analyzed the numbers, and we were able to get this house for $375,000, which is definitely below the average house price in this neighborhood. So I figured if we could do that, put in about $60,000, we'd be in good shape. So after I analyzed the deal and knew it would be a good one, we contacted our really good friend Tony, who's super handy. We got to work with him. He's incredible. He helps so much on this project. And guess who else helped? None other than Phil Dog Davis.
My dad. You guys, Phil needs his own channel and his own TikTok at this point, because like he's definitely the most famous person on this channel. The legend is back. He did a ton of work around here, and I feel like we should just stop talking about it. And here it is.
There's our handy dandy contractor in the roof.
It's like an old Nickelodeon game show, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on in the roof?
Oh my goodness. Bathroom. Whole bunch of demo work done. We're making some progress. What do you have to say about today? Give me a highlight of the day.
It's dusty.
Dusty.
Dusty day.
What did we accomplish? Anything good?
New wall.
New wall.
Removed. Old framing work.
This is
4
actually
inches.
pretty important. Sorry for the electrician, they have a little extra work, but this is pretty huge actually. Explain this here. What's going on here? What
The
is
sink
this?
used to be here. Now, the sink will be here, along with electric and plumbing and drainage.
Why are we moving it there, Tony?
Hey.
What is gonna be right here?
It's the island's right here.
The island, sink,
more
and
of us.
dishwasher here.
So I managed to make a bit of a mess taking this door out. It's not what I wanted to do.
All right, showing my wife. After a week of demo, she's seeing it.
Wow, it feels so much better already. Just not having this weird island right here.
I know, huh? Way better, right?
This is amazing, yeah.
Okay, so here's the old carport. You can see we drywalled it in. Looks pretty good. Started to smooth out the ceiling there. You can see the smooth ceiling. We started to work on that. It's starting to look really good. Imagine when the floors are clean and popping off.
Bedrooms look sick.
So this house is so beautiful and it's still a total mess. We just started putting in, LOL, a team of experts have been putting in this wood tile. And typically I'm a little skeptical about the wood tile because it looks like tile. It doesn't look like wood. But when I show you what it looks like with the grout in the primary bedroom, you're gonna freak out. Look at this. That looks like gorgeous, brand new hardwood. Like, I'm obsessed with it. Also, this bathroom is definitely bigger than most apartments I lived in. High ceilings, huge amount of space, a shower that's like the size of a twin bed. I wanna live here.
Okay, so we got a pro tip from Anthony right now. What you do before hanging your drywall, can you see? He's marking the ground to know where that middle piece of wood is and the end pieces so we know where to put the screws on the drywall. So just because boys will be boys, we had to try to do at least one sheet of our own drywall. Let's see how this one turns out.
Hey guys, welcome to our channel. 3 clowns in a car. Who's that in the back? I can barely see.
That's because the seat barely
there she is.
The littlest truck I've ever. This is like the new and improved version of the clown car. This is like the tiniest truck of all time.
Da, 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 da.
So we're back at the house and ready to start working. We just had to go pick up our huge brick order. How many bricks did we buy?
Well, I don't think the camera's big enough to show them all, but right here.
We bought 4 bricks. I would say buy, but the person at the store thought we were so ridiculous, they just gave them to us for free. So now's the part when I need everybody to start gathering around so that I can start talking to you about the ins and outs of brickwork whittling. And what we're gonna do first is put on our gloves and then we'll go from there. So the work has begun. I thought you were taking a nap out here at first. What are you doing?
We're placing this brick that's bad.
Do you need me down there? Okay. Oh, it feels good laying brick.
I know you think you're funny, but you may be the only one that thinks that.
That's probably true. Wow, look what we just did together.
Yeah, I know it. Look at you got grass in your hair. Isn't that exciting?
I did so much.
Man down.
Check that out. You won't even be able to tell that this is a new brick. So weirdly, as it turns out, the 4 bricks we got to complete this whole wall were not quite enough. Should have let them know, but I was testing my apprentices. And now I'm headed back to the brick store to get some bricks that are what, 8.2?
Was that a criticism?
Not at all, it's a learning moment.
You criticized, right? So you're gonna go get some brick that you're gonna lay? Is that what you're telling me?
Absolutely.
You're gonna chisel these ones out?
Chisel dizzle.
We need to be sure that this camera's running when that happens. That's gonna be worth it.
What are you doing?
Trying to build the door frame.
Is it a really tiny door? Because this piece of wood looks really little.
Yes, it's for our cat mouse.
Oh my gosh. Aren't you supposed to know how this works? Are you hurting yourself?
This is a brand new sign I've never used.
Can remodel a whole house but cannot hang a real estate sign.
That's true, actually.
You guys, I'm so beyond obsessed and just so excited about how this house turned out. I feel like this aesthetic is really so much of us. This house is so light and bright and airy. And there were some kind of big challenges, like especially when it came to the main living space and maximizing it so that a family could really thrive in here. Ooh, I feel like this house is chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Yeah, with some of these older houses, they used to do like additions where they'd add on and you'd like step down into these rooms, like they used to be outside and then they were added on like way in the past, and so it kind of chops up the floor. So I would say the biggest challenge with this one is trying to make those old additions incorporate into this beautiful flowing floor plan.
What are you most proud of with this house?
I would say the symmetry of the kitchen. It's just, you have to see it to understand.
And speaking of seeing it, I feel like we've talked enough. I'm just so excited to show you guys the finished product of the Shutter House.
Here it is.
walk into this house, I feel like the wow factor literally slaps you right across the face in the best way possible, because this room is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm saying that like modestly, but I think we're just so proud of how it turned out.
I mean, this is the heart of the house, and it is just so open. The island is massive. Like, have you seen an island this big for a house this size? I mean, this is huge.
No, we've actually worked on a home that's significantly larger than this property, and this is absolutely the largest kitchen island I've ever seen. And the waterfall sides just make it feel so elevated and so elegant. I'm also super excited about all the handle pulls that we decided to use.
That's what I was gonna say. I like how you went
house.
really, these are like 6-7 inches. I mean, we've never used these before. And they're angular, they're not the round ones.
So these are really large scale, and that's something I'm loving right now
Yeah.
with interior design, is like just aiming for something a little bigger. It can be a little scary, but I feel like it makes the space weirdly feel bigger. The other thing, if I could marry a light, I would marry these pendant lights. They're so cool.
They're very handsome.
They are very handsome. Such a cool statement. I love the brass and the black, and we obviously really went for black accents all throughout the house, but this room just turned out so
You know,
great.
one thing I love that you suggested we try this time is the large subway with the stacked pattern versus the brick style pattern.
I do believe that stacking larger size subway tile like this just has more of a luxe elevated feel. Obviously, subway tile is definitely one of the most affordable materials you can use in a home. But when you stack it like this and use a light grout, it just looks really clean and
Elegante.
really elevated, muy elegante. And
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with the way that this turned out. I also love this slab. What is this?
These are quartz Carrera countertops, and what they do is you buy big slabs, and then they measure your kitchen and cut them perfect to size.
And watching the people install these is like an actual art form.
Yeah.
And then of course over here you have this huge living space. We have a ton of extra area because as we started staging this house, it sold. So I was like, why continue bringing in more and more furniture? But I do feel like what we have in here gives anyone who's looking at the house a really great idea of the possibilities. And I love this open flowing space where you can see outside, you can see into the primary bedroom, and you really just feel like not crowded at all. Also, these bar stools right over here, very special to us. A lot of the furniture that you're gonna see in this house as well as outside is actually furniture that Crate and Barrel gifted us for our wedding reception.
Little special place in our hearts.
We're still reusing it. Another fun thing that I want to point out right here for all my kitchen nerds. A lot of people when they're doing islands do not opt to also put cabinets on the other side. And why wouldn't you? People that have, large families need a lot of storage, especially a house like this that doesn't have a garage.
Definitely.
You have to think about where you're gonna store, and look up the ceiling, guys.
The beams. I mean, the two selling points for me on this property, why I wanted to do this, these ceilings and the natural light, windows in every single room.
Amazing natural light in this house, although we did add new lighting all throughout the home with the can lights, and we painted everything in the house a really great bright white clean color, so that again, anyone who looks at this house can see themselves living in it.
So this room in here, I think of this as like the middle child, or maybe just like the one that's, I don't know, how do you describe this one?
When
It
we
felt a
first
little
came
left
here.
out when we first got the house.
It was left out because the doorway was incredibly small, and this was actually not a room, but more of a storage facility.
It was like the old carport back in the day that they enclosed.
The windows were actually covered. We didn't even know that there were windows on this side of the room when we first came in here. And this is now a really cohesive part of the entire space, and it's a dining room with a really great little reading nook over on one side, and then this bar cabinet that I created over on the other side.
This is called glowing up furniture.
Yes, as you guys might have already seen in a video that I did kind of teasing this project, this entire room was furnished using stuff that I got on Facebook Marketplace, and a lot of it was actually free, and then I DIY'd it. And if anyone wants to buy this,
I will say, can we just leave it?
It's
Because
too
this
heavy.
is a monster of a piece to carry.
and then the art, you'll see the art in some of the main living spaces. This is actually stuff that I just created using some old wallpaper from Goodwill and then some spackle.
Yeah, I thought that was a really clever idea to take spackle because it gives it that texture, it jumps off the paper.
Yeah, I love it. I'm excited about that for sure. But let's move on. Let's take a look at the primary bedroom, which earlier you talked a little bit about the flooring, and this is where the floors had a major glow up.
So this was one of those rooms that was actually a step down when we got it. I almost tripped her. So you'd come in here and you're like, why does this not flow? So we had to pour in concrete in this whole room to raise the level with it.
And the closets over on the other side of the bedroom were really boring and basic, and I feel like adding these barn doors just kind of elevates the space.
I think so too.
But if there's one thing in this house that I'm very excited about and a room I would consider living in full time, it's this bathroom. Do you remember what this bathroom looked like? It looked like some sort of like Grecian hotel room or something.
Exactly. But you know what's crazy? This is the highlight of the whole house. This bathroom looks so huge,
It
right?
is huge, and we have the double vanity, which was not here before. So this room felt really funky and disjointed, and now adding bigger pieces, as I say, always makes a room feel a lot bigger.
And you know what's kind of cool is these slabs for the countertops are just cut pieces from the kitchen cabinets. Or the kitchen countertops.
Oh, so it's the same
So
material.
they just cut off material so it's all matching in the whole house.
I love that. And last but definitely not least, the outside of this house. Oh, it turned out so good.
One thing I've noticed is you've gotten a lot better at decorating these little like outdoor spaces. Like our condo at home and this, like, they feel great.
Well, I think honestly, it's something a lot of people don't think about is that if you have a home with any outdoor space, make the most of it. And I love the concept of living outdoors as much as you live indoors, except if you live in Arizona and you're here during the summer, don't go outside. Just
Unless
stay
you got a pool.
inside.
Some of the outside stuff we did was obviously paint the whole house, add a little privacy fence, so just an extension on top of the existing for a little more privacy. And then you built this cute little herb garden, and then I built a planter out front that has some succulents in it.
Because again, when you're flipping houses, it's all about adding value.
And curb appeal and all that. You can do stuff to like spruce it up.
So obviously we love this house, in case you can't tell. And weirdly, everyone else who saw this house really loved it too, because I think it sold before we even put it on the market.
Exactly. We listed it as coming soon, and first day, several showings, and people were just lining up to do showings for this place right away. So what ended up happening was someone came early before all the showings really happened, and they're like, we're gonna do something crazy, and we're gonna give you $55,000 over your asking price.
I was shocked.
Oh my gosh, so
I thought
shocked.
that the house would hopefully sell in general, but I never thought it would sell before it even went on the market, and definitely not for that much money. And really, I think what it came down to is that the buyer, who is a longtime Phoenix resident and a big part of this community, really just wanted this house and didn't want to mess around.
So we just got a good offer that I was not expecting.
Okay, so what is the house listed at? I just feel like we have too much going on right now. So this is the shutter house. What is the list price?
What's your guess on the list price?
$2 million? What is it? It's 500 or 400 or
$595.
$595. Okay, what's the offer?
So I was thinking we'd get like $595, $600, $610,
We got more?
$650.
Shut
We got a $650 offer just now. Yeah.
What?
I'm like speechless, honestly.
The house is beautiful though. So did you say yes yet?
Not yet, but I got it in my pocket right now. Email.
Babe!
I wasn't expecting that.
Are you happy?
It's insane. I mean, she said, look at my face.
Seriously? I thought we were gonna get like maybe, I have like tears. I thought maybe we'd get like 610. 650? $650,000. How much did you buy the house for again?
$375.
Turn off the cameras. We're done here.
Let's make out, she says.
But babe, as much as I love this house, I still don't feel like it's complete, and there's something that I want to surprise you with, but it's not coming until tomorrow.
Really?
So we are back at the house because the surprise has arrived. I'm so excited. It just
was shipped.
I was gonna say I'm gonna guess what they are, but it's like shaped like a chair and there's a picture of a chair on the outside, so.
But it's not just any chair, babe. That is furniture from the brand new Mr. Kate collection.
What?
They were so sweet. They sent us 2 Effie
That's
chairs.
amazing.
Their whole collection is so cool, and I feel like these 2 chairs are going to be the perfect way to cap off this space, which is almost perfect, but just needs a little like Mr. Kate pizzazz. You know what I mean?
Kiss, like chef's kiss, Mr. Kate's kiss.
Her chef's kiss, her and Joey's chef's kiss. So now let's put them together. Although they look like they're kind of already like tiny footstool chairs. I'm excited to see what happens when we open these boxes. Okay, it's the moment of truth, the moment the butt hits the seat. Oh, this feels like some high quality butt cushioning. And the best part is that we could just like sit here and like hold hands.
Like the gross couple that we are. These are awesome, and they were very easy to put together.
So easy to assemble, very, very obviously high quality. And oh, it's like almost like we're being hugged by Joe and Kate right now. Congratulations, these chairs are freaking awesome, and I feel like now the room looks complete. The Mr. Kate Effie chair is in place, and I feel like I can confidently say that this house is done. The Shutter house is done. It's almost time to say goodbye.
I know, it's kind of a sad day.
I actually feel pretty sad about saying goodbye to this house because I want to make out with that light fixture I see behind you. I want to tongue kiss that faucet. I already know what I want to do to you. And then like this freaking chair, don't even get me started. Anyways, you guys, before I totally freak you out, I feel like I should just remind you to please subscribe if you are new here. If you like home flipping, there's a lot more coming because right now we're about to leave this place to
Look at 2 more houses to maybe buy.
great. And if it's anything like this dude usually is, he's probably already secretly bought them but hasn't told me yet. So please pray for me, please subscribe, and we will see you guys next time on the next episode of On the Flip. On the Flip.
On, under, up and through, and on the flip.
Amen.
It's